wait for this baby to go live. Here we go. Now we're live. We're live and kicking. Let's go back out to the channel. Yo, Darth, how's it going? Stream, how's it going? Ashton, how's it going? Defs, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the state of the game, baby. I am Bear, how's it going? Reedies, how's it going, brother? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? Hopefully you like the new surely I'm clearer, right? Do I look clearer? Does the room look better? Is everything looking good now compared to what it used to look like on streams? Stefan, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing, mate? NASA Division 1 is better. Yeah, PvP it is, yeah, for sure. Robert Jones, I wonder if they have their audio fixed this time. Should we have a little bet to see if their audio's on or not? So put 1 if you think their audio is going to be on when they first start the state of the game. 2 if you think it'll be muted. Jonathan, hope they fix the loot this time. Yeah, well, I'm interested to hear what they got to say about this loot, to be fair. Definitely interested to hear about the loot. It's going good. How's my coffee? Yeah, boy. Dow boy, let's go. How's it going, brother? Dave, oh, my brother. Working from home rocks, baby. Yeah, it does. You hate the pink and purple? Oh, really? Damn, man. You just hurt my feelings, man. Come on now. What should we just change it then? Like a different colour? Blue or something. That purple's good, right? Green? Red? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, man. I kind of like the pink. Not gonna lie, kind of like the pink, man. Am I in a loot box? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, brother. No trouble with the mic today. I hope with that. You want to see Yannick's face this time? Me too. Do I look clearer though? Because I've got some new lights, and I'm actually using one of my DSLRs. This is a different one, but obviously I'm using my Sony A6000 now. And then I've got these two as like one for taking pictures. I use this one to take pictures of my products, which is an Olympus camera. Then I'll use my Canon M200 to do any kind of videoing away from the desk. So blue is better. Oh, sorry, you want what, like this color blue? 1 in the pink, baby, and 1 in the stink. I'm still going with pink though, guys. Sorry. I'm going with pink. That's it. So I should look crystal clear now for you guys. It should be full on 1080p, 60 frames per second. I should look good. I kind of need to mess around with the settings a little bit as well on the camera, just to make it a little bit more crystal clear. But I think we're doing good. My skin is too vibrant. What? Come on, look at you guys. No. Wow. Maybe we flip it up different weeks. Gorgeous as usual, Paul. You know how to talk to a man. But no, honestly, we'll flip it up. I've got a remote. We can flip it up each week. We'll do something different, a different color or something like that. All it is this. Basically, it's just a spotlight that goes. It's an outdoor spotlight that basically puts on like a reflection onto your house or under a bridge or something like that. So I just put one in my bedroom. I was just like, well, in my games room, should I say? So I was just like, let's make it look better, you know? Make it look a bit better. SHD level is what the max it will actually do when it goes over a certain level. So max is 1,000, and then it's just nothing after that. You just keep getting those. Don't you just keep getting materials or whatever it is? I don't think you get anything much over that. But Manegra, let's go. Guys, don't forget, if you want to become a member of the channel, hit that join button. Hit the join button. Let's see if we can get 5 members in this stream. Hit the join button. There's plenty of different choices for you to choose from if you want to become a member. You don't have to. Make sure you look after yourselves first. So go check it out. Click the join. It will tell you what you get for what membership, etc. And it helps support the channel. So, and it helps bring these nice things. And then I'll tell you what, if we get 5 memberships, I'll change the color of the lights. But no, on a serious note, we can do that. Getting a test of you talking ahead a few seconds. Really? Is everyone else? Is anyone? Am I in sync with the voice? Yo, Based, how's it going, brother? There you go. Reedy's put the link in the chat there if you want to become a member of the channel. Like I say, it helps out a lot. So if you want to do that, if you're in a position to do it, baby. Ale in the house, baby. Let's go. Hey, Games End, how's it going? Stalker, my brother, how you been, bro? How's things, man? I'm still banned from the chat in Twitch. Go test Elite Squad on mobile, really? Is it worth it? Is it worth it, Forrester? I'm good, Base, mate. I'm good, man. I'm very good. So 15-minute state of the game. I think this state of the game will be quick. I think it's going to be, yeah, probably a 15-minute. Maybe his end because stream takes time to respond. Okay, so I am in sync. That's okay. Because this is a brand new setup. This is a brand new setup that I'm doing, man. I've invested a lot of money into the setup now because I wanted it to look better, man. Because we're getting bigger, we're growing. So I wanted the channel to grow with me. You know, with the setup to grow with the channel. Because there's no point of having terrible visuals if the channel was really good, you know, and it just lets it down. So I want it to grow together. So that's why I've been investing a lot of money into buying cameras and lights and mounts and all that crap. So we've been doing a lot of things, man. So, and there's more to come. There's more to come. Don't worry. We got it. We got this. Like when we watch it, it's going to be in a different method. I'm not going to be in the corner down here. I won't be there. So you're going to see it's going to look different. And I hope you enjoy it. They don't remove bans. Elite Squad it's the companion app from Division 1. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I had 2 minutes state of the game, then Hamish, yeah. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. So let's get into what it's going to look like now when we're doing the state of the game. Boom. I'm going to be here, baby. You guys are going to be seeing the screen there where it says state of the game with EK1. That's going to be the state of the game. And then the chat will be coming up there for you guys as well. Look at this. What does my partner say about me being a YouTuber? My partner is really supportive, man. She's really supportive. So she's amazing. She helps me with my videos. She takes pictures for me. She moves the cameras for me and stuff like that. So we work together, which is cool. Oh, I need to get this off. I need to get this beard off for sure. Right, what we're going to do is go into state of the game. Let's go. Here we go, baby. We're going full screen. Is this skyscraper mode? Maybe. So today's state of the game, they're going to be talking about the rainbow loot. So, Steven, how's it going, brother? What's up, man? Let's go. Where's my shade? Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Game. The 26th of August. I hope everyone's having a great week so far.
There is sound.
We've got a bit of a show for you today, and I want to bring in Yannick. Not yet, Nikki. Sorry, Yannick put me off my game. I saw Yannick in chat. I've got Nikki and Johan today to talk about some very exciting things. How's everyone doing? Roll call.
All right.
All good. All good.
Nice. All right, you're coming through loud and clear. And
What up, Bahamas?
hopefully
How's it going,
we
bro?
have no technical issues today. Everything's been solid in our tests, and we're good. Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly. I want to start with the priority alerts for today because we talked about it last week. the PS4 blue screens. There was a client patch that went out yesterday on PS4, so those should be fixed now. There are a couple of other edge cases that were fixed in the maintenance yesterday as well. Fixed an issue that caused targets marked with hostile negotiations to receive very high multiplied damage when shooting critical hits at shields. That was fixed. Fixed an issue as well that caused some players to get stuck in an infinite loading screen during the final part of Liberty Island story mode if they interacted with the door while their character fell unconscious. Those are both.
Yes. Just a really quick mention on the. Sorry. Just a really quick mention on the PS4 blue screens. Of course, this is meant to reduce the frequency of them. I think that it's very much realistic to assume that they're still going to happen for players. And if we find any other source of these blue screens, we want to fix them as soon as possible. So if you're experiencing any of them, do send us crash reports, etc. Any information you might give us, and we're definitely going to look into them and working to fix as many of them as possible. Because of course, it's not a fun experience to play a game, be in the middle of a mission or raid or what have you, and have a blue screen. So you definitely should see a reduction, and quite a significant one, I hope. But they may still happen, and if you have information, do share it with us. We appreciate it.
I just want to point out something in chat. So Ripper McGee was saying, these mods might ban you for any constructive criticism. That's not how anything works here. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Just keep it respectful. It's easy to do. If you wouldn't say it to your mother,
constructive criticism.
Don't type it in chat. That's usually the rule I go by online. If I would feel embarrassed if my mother saw it, I probably shouldn't be saying it. Okay. What else do we have here? Yes. So, TU11 is coming. We don't have a date for you yet, but it is coming very soon. And I kind of wanted to show a bit of an overview of what people can expect, because we've alluded to a bunch of things, but I think it's good to get it out there in a plain format. So, we know it hasn't been officially announced, but you guys have found it and we've talked about it, but there's a new PvE game mode coming. Season 3 and all the things that come with it are on the way as well, which alludes to some new gear. Previous seasons have had new gear. Nikki did spoil for me before that there would be some new gear attached to this PvE game mode. Can confirm?
Can confirm. There will be
Right.
basically a third exotic that will be a new crafting quest that is mostly tied to this new game mode.
Okay. I am very aware also that's the Regulus in the new gear thing. It just looks pretty and we didn't want to spoil stuff. Appearance mods we talked about last week. Rainbow loot improvements we will be talking about today, as well as agnostic mods and the changes that have happened there. It's simple but high impact, so we'll talk about those today as well. Okay, so yeah, we've got quite a bit to get through. Johan, can you take us through a bit of what's happening on the bug fixing side with TU11? Obviously, we don't have an exhaustive list today, but where are we at with that?
Yeah, sure. So as Hamish mentioned, of course, we're still very much working on the build, working to fix as many things as possible and make sure that it's a really good experience when it does come out. But there's a few things that I've seen has been fixed that I know has been talked in the community, and I wanted just to highlight them here. This is no indication of how many bug fixes there will be, or if your issue is not on this list, do not take that as it won't be fixed. This is simply a few things that we already know are fixed and can be shared today. So with that disclaimer in mind, the reports that essentially the Striker gear set, you cannot buy the gear on that gear set, that is fixed. So you can now actually do that, which should be a nice surprise for many. There's also an issue with the crafting cost for SMGs. Essentially the polycarbonate cost, which is too high, and it was way above any other weapon type. So that has been fixed. Also fixed an issue that caused players to be unable to fast travel from New York to the Dark Zones, which is also something that we see quite regularly. And of course, there are many more, but it's also just a quick preview of what you can expect in TU11 when it comes out in terms of bug fixes. But for a full list of patch notes, that's going to be a bit closer to the PTS and the update itself. And it should be relatively soonish. Spoiler, but
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it.
That's good news. I mean, I love when we have PTS patch notes and we can really make these streams about. I mean, I like reading streams. I personally am totally into it. But we shall see if that's coming. Well, we'll see when that happens. I don't actually know if that's a next week thing or the week after or the week after. We'll take it as it comes. I did actually have a chat to Bruce today, who couldn't join us because, good news, he's super busy making sure that a bunch of these changes make it into TU11. He said that there's buffs to a bunch of weapon types that he's working on, and he was working on some things for Lady Death and also like the firewall armor breaking stuff. He's very busy, so TU11 is going to have a bunch of changes there. And Dakid 1209 is asking about PvP updates. I know Bruce is working on stuff as it pertains to PvP as well. So, yes, TU11 is going to have Gamer Insanity. Does Hamish have a blanket hanging up behind him? Yes, it is a blanket. And behind there is some cupboards. Working from home hacks. Okay. Now, we did show last week a graphic that showed our roadmap for State of the Game. Last week we talked about the appearance mods system. I know there are a bunch of people in the community who are excited about that. I saw Kaylee Phoenix tweeting about that today. We today, are going to talk about the rainbow rolls and all that sort of stuff. But we did say that the new PvE game mode we will be talking about next week. So I know people will be asking about that in chat. That's a next week thing. So put it in your calendars. I think it's September 2nd. Yes. Okay, September 2nd is... is the day for the PvE game mode stream. Okay. Nikki, can you give us a bit of a... Before we get into the PowerPoint part of this presentation, which is my favorite part of any stream, can you tell us about some of the things that you've been looking back on 10.1 with as it pertains to loot?
Yeah. PowerPoints can only be topped by Excel sheets, right? As a designer, at least. So, I just want to say that we hear kind of the sentiment from the community that about bad loot and things might have been degrading since 10.1. So I just want to start off by saying that we have made no changes to the improvements that we did on the roll side, basically the power of items. That is still pretty much the same. And we've done all our simulations again to make sure that that is still accurate. But of course, the simulations are not like a real world live game scenario. So unfortunately, there are a couple of things going on that kind of throw a wrench in this whole better loot proposition that was supposed to come with 10.1. Some of that is presentation, some of that is bugs, and some of that is system improvements that we're working on. And the rainbow loot is one of the things that we'll talk about later. But if we're talking about presentation, that's just a small thing. But if you're trying to judge, like I'm expecting a minimum percentage average on a certain item, there's actually some rounding going on sometimes for stats that have small increments or big increments, I have to say, like very few different values for the entire bar, stuff like crit chance and so on. Okay. So sometimes we kind of adjust the bar to match, what the increment is, and sometimes that goes up, sometimes that goes down. So if you're trying to judge like the power of an item, the UI is not exactly accurate in terms of an exact percentage because some rounding is going on. Okay. But that shouldn't be like affecting the actual quality of your loot. You're still getting what you were supposed to be getting. The second thing is that we've identified a couple of areas where the content that you're playing seems to be feeding the loot system the wrong information about difficulty. So that means that even though the heroic tier loot is still what it needs to be, for example, playing heroic control points that seem to reset to normal, of course, are not going to give you the heroic loot because the crate at that point thinks that you're supposed to get normal loot. So that is one example of some content that we're looking into. Another thing is bounties, where we're aware that sometimes you're not getting loot that the bounty is saying that you should get. So we're looking into reports of that and playing the game, and our QC team is also helping out trying to pinpoint all of these cases. And unfortunately, we have to sometimes go case by case in terms of, hey, what control point is giving an issue or what mission is giving an issue. So we're trying to get to the bottom of that to try and fix those things. In terms of system improvements, there's actually two things. One of them is the rainbow loot that we'll get to. The other thing is skill tier items. So as you know, skill tier is just a fixed value. It's both a min roll and a max roll, basically. It's just fixed. But under the hood, it still rolls like weapon damage would do or armor would do. But of course, then that gets overwritten to a fixed value. So that makes it possible that if that skill tier decided to roll high, you will see lower bars for their 2 remaining stats because it's giving you a certain average. But of course, skill tier always appears as the same thing. So that's why you just see as a player 2 low stats remaining that are not the average of what you're expecting from heroic or other difficulties. So what we're doing is actually excluding skill tier from the rolling. So that is just a fixed stat, and the actual average power will be distributed across the 2 remaining stats. So that's why especially skill tier items may have been underwhelming because they are just not assigning their power correctly, which they will do in T11.
Okay. Good. I like that. All right. Is it time for us
just
to jump into the
waffled on and
PowerPoint?
didn't know what the hell he was talking
Can we
about.
go to the
Yeah,
rainbow
sure.
loot?
Yeah, I can give an intro to this a bit because contrary to what a lot of people believe, rainbow loot has not gotten worse or better between TUs because we actually have no weighing of attributes in the loot system until now. So I cannot argue with your experience. I cannot argue with RNG. But yeah, you're just gonna have to take my word for it that both, like, only the core stat is fixed, the other 2 attributes are just completely random. And of course, RNG might give you a different impression, but we do know that if you're trying to hunt for this red build, full red build, or a full skill tier build, what you're looking for is items with everything of the same color. And of course, we have made items to have a certain profile, right? Like this is a skill item, this is a offensive item. So we do realize that some of these items need to be, tilted towards more towards that profile. But we also need to take into account the players that go for these kind of hybrid and fringe builds. And some items have actually been set up to be more of a hybrid thing. So we talked about, like, okay, how can we make sure that we find a balance between helping people that want full colored builds and helping, while not kind of making it worse for people that do want kind of more variation in their roles. And of course, recalibration plays a part in that because you're always able to change one thing. So that being said, we can go into the slides and we'll explain what's going to happen.
All right. I think you missed Yannick trolling you in chat.
Oh no!
Can someone time out Yannick, please? That'd be nice. All right. Yay! My favorite part of the show. Okay. Rainbow loot.
Yeah, I put that in quotation marks because it's not our term. It's it's a community term. So, but we're just rolling with it now. No pun intended.
Take us through it.
Yeah. So here you have the part of the item that we're talking about, right? So the core attribute is a red core weapon damage. I'm going to give this entire example based on a red core, but of course it's also true for yellows and blues. So how it works now, the core attribute is red, and then the first attribute and the second attribute below that are actually completely random. There's no weighing in there. So that means that you can get a rainbow drop that has all 3 colors. It can have 2 colors. It can have, 1 color, and everything is red. But there's no weighing in there, and that's what we're going to change. So if you show the next slide, these are basically the options, right? For the first random attribute, there's 4 attributes per color, so there's 12. So you have, if you go to the next one, you have basically an 8.3% chance of any of these attributes happening, and that means a 33.3% chance of something being of a certain color. So that, again, there's absolutely no weighing in there. So we talked about, okay, if we do add weighing and still want randomness in here and variation, then what should we do to make that happen? So what we're going to do is actually add weighing to the first random attribute, making sure that we can decide on a percentage of chance that that one is going to be of the same color as the core attribute. So what that means, if you go to the next, yeah. So we thought long about what that percentage should actually be. First, we were kind of settled on like, yeah, maybe 50-50 chance, that happens. But 50% up from 33.3% is not that much experience-wise. So what we're actually going to try on PTS is making sure that the first random attribute is 100% chance the same color as the core attribute, which means that there's a 25% chance that you get the particular red attribute that you're looking for. So that's something that we're going to try on PTS, and what we would really like to have feedback on. And of course, we're also playing with it more to see how we need to adjust that. So that's a work in progress, but that's kind of how we've updated the system so that we can weigh these things more. And then, of course, for the second random attribute, if you go to the final slide, that is still, of course, the remaining 11 attributes. So it takes away the one that it was selected for the first random attribute, and then there's 11 left. So that means that there's a 9.1% chance for any of the others to appear here. And that can be a red one, that can be any of the other colors, basically. So that's how we change the system and how we hope this addresses the rainbow roles. That percentage is up for testing, so we'll see where that lands, and we appreciate the feedback that's coming from PTS.
Nice. Well, thanks, Nikki. I appreciate the PowerPoint. If people are obviously going to have follow-up questions about it, please do let us know. And again, as Nikki says, this is going to be in the PTS, so feedback is going to have to come in with your experience of this. I already see, and with any change in the game, I understand it can be polarizing. I see Scott's Gaming 6DG in chat says, I am liking this. And the next message is Qua saying, I hate this. So we understand that these things can be polarizing, but please give it a shot on the PTS and let us know what you think from that experience. All right. I'm sure some questions will come in. Demetrius is saying, when is the PTS? We do not have a date for that yet, but it is soon TM. Are there any other questions that you've seen, Johan, that would be important to look for? Ryan J122 is saying, what about named items? Nikki, there's no impact to name items, or?
That's a good question, because it kind of depends on, I'm not an expert on the exact, item generation system, so somebody else who can explain this better. But I think it kind of depends on where on the item is the perfect stat, basically. Okay. So those will remain the same. If there's a named item, it will always roll its perfect stat.
Okay. Sue Bevix, we did mention earlier that Bruce was going to be in the stream, but he is busy getting changes into TU11. He does have some additions and changes to things that will affect PvP, and we'll talk about those in an upcoming stream. But that will be once we have all of that information, so we can actually share that with you as the notes for that PTS do find their way to us. Okay.
I did see another question in chat about how this affects gear sets. Because gear sets only have one extra stat, right? So that means that that particular stat will be of the same color as the attribute if we stick to that 100%. But of course you have a recal, and there's fewer stats on a gear set. So that still allows you to change one of those things to a more hybrid setup if you would want to do that.
I also saw a good question from our buddy DJ Tickle. Doesn't that mean now that skill tier will be overrolled compared to blue and red? Or I think maybe means like overrepresented in roles compared to blue and red, as yellow doesn't worry about the core now. Blue and red still has three primary stats to distribute. Is there anything that we have on that?
I mean, To a degree, but also the way that the loot system works is that it always decides on a certain average. So yes, there is of course a difference between, deciding on an average for 3 attributes compared to 2 attributes, but there is still a lot of variation in those two attributes that remain on skill tier items. So it's not that they necessarily become more powerful because more power goes to the remaining stats, but it's just like, 2 stats are rolled. And of course, for skill tier items, it's always been the case that you kind of just need one of these stats to god roll, and then you can recal the other one. So they've kind of always been the odd one out. And we think that this solution kind of at least improves the perception and the quality of these items. So
Cool. All right. Do keep your questions coming in. We're going to be here for a little bit longer. So Johan and Nikki, keep an eye out in chat, and we will see if there's anything else we can answer. I do want to talk about what is one of those changes that comes into a title update that seems like a little sneaky one, but I personally think it has quite a big impact, and I want to talk about the thing that we called agnostic mods. Nikki, do you want to talk about the reason from a game design perspective as to why those changes needed to be made?
Yeah, it has to, it's kind of twofold. One of them is more flexibility in your builds, so you can decide what to make and that you're not limited by, I have a red build and all my mod slots are red as well, so I can only use red mods, while I would really like to, have some additional armor or explosive resistance or whatever you want. The other thing is that there was kind of some hidden knowledge that you needed to have about how these items were rolled. For example, you have the Hannah U mask, which is a skill-based item, but also kind of set up to be a bit hybrid by giving it a red mod slot. And so there are items that have a fixed mod slot color, and there are items that just roll one, and that knowledge is not public to anyone per se, right? You'll find out through experience, but it's kind of, you need to know that. So if you're looking for this, completely yellow Hannah U mask, then it's going to cost you a recal to make that slot yellow, and that of course makes it more difficult to get the rest of your item up to what you want it to be. Okay. So that's kind of why we're going to what are basically generic gear mod slots.
All right,
and that means that they basically they don't have a color anymore, so they're just represented as gray, so like now.
Division 1 then.
And you can put whatever mod you want in there, and this is retroactive. So all of your items that had a colored slot are now generic, and if you had recaled that particular thing on the item, the recal mark will be removed, so the item doesn't count as recalibrated anymore, and you'll actually also be refunded the materials that you spent on that. And as you can see in the next slide, basically if you now go into your list of mods, it will just show you all the different mods that you have of all the different colors, because you can just put in there what you want.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think chat is kind of agreeing that this is one of those small changes with a big impact. I see a lot of feedback, a lot of PogChamps. It's I like when that happens. That feels good. Okay. Damn, I did it wrong. My bad. Here we go. All right. Cool. Again, do let us know what you think of this change. I'm all for it. Yeah, it's an easy win, I think.
Yeah, so that part actually doesn't change anything on the gear mods themselves, right? Those still remain blue and yellow and red. But I am bringing some news from Bruce, who is doing changes to gear mods, most notably the blue ones. We're doubling all of the resistance percentages for the resistance mods, so they'll be more powerful. That is also retroactive, so it will just be doubled for you what you had. And there will also be 2 new resistance mods, or stats on the mods. which are for ensnare and for confusion.
Okay.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, if that doesn't give you the idea that there's going to be a lot of patch notes for TU11, yeah, you can expect some big notes. So you're going to be busy, Johan, putting that together.
For sure. It's going to be quite a task to put them together.
I'm excited. The Architect 101 says, "Where is Bruce? I miss Bruce. I miss Bruce too. But Bruce is very, very busy getting TU11 changes together.
Yeah.
So he didn't have time to.
So as opposed to me,
today.
I have like all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So,
what it really means, Bruce is lazy. Come on, man. I bet he's.
No, Bruce is great.
Yeah. Okay, we have some. Obviously, the seasons are always running. Season 2, Johan, can you tell us what the latest is with Season 2, so people who are playing that can be up to date?
Yeah, absolutely. So, obviously, yesterday you have the next cycle in the season. So, the 2 last targets become available. So you have Titan and you have the prime target Hornet. They're both now available to actually hunt down in the game. If you take down all 4 man-on targets plus Hornet, the prime target, you then unlock the repair trap skill, which is very much cool. I think that Image might have some gameplay footage of it that I will show in a bit.
I do. If you haven't seen it, I will show you right now what that looks like.
Ooh.
Nice and green.
Yes. So as you can see, it's repairing away. Definitely looking forward to that one. And as always with new targets becoming available, you have the double XP event for the next week where you can get some levels at twice the speed. So, take advantage of that, jump in and participate in the manhunt. On top of that, Hornet himself can be found in the Tidal Basin Stronghold. So it's a reworked version of the Tidal Basin mission. And I hope you enjoy the fight against him as the climax of the season, or whatever you might call it. And excuse me for my voice; I'm a little bit sick. So.
Oh no! Don't be sick, man. Just feel better. It's way better.
I try not to. Yes. So finally, just as a last comment here, yesterday as well marked the end of the Huntsman League as well as the Reanimated Global Event. And of course, we have a couple of weeks left now on Season 2, but it is nearing its end. So if you want to get the repair trap soon, make sure you do so in the next 4 weeks. Although if you don't, for whatever reason, there will still be, of course, an opportunity to earn it in-game later down the line as well. So if you want it now, go get it, but it will also be available in the future. So that's more or less what's happening with the season.
Cool. All right. I do see a lot of feedback on the healing trap. Some people like it, some people don't. That's good. Please continue to give feedback on everything that we do. Like I said earlier in the stream, constructive criticism is always welcome and appreciated. So keep it coming. Someone also said that they miss mobile cover. I do not.
I do not.
I do not miss mobile cover. I have nightmares about mobile cover. Like still.
How do you know you didn't play the game?
Definitely not my favorite. LFC is saying, now with agnostic mods becoming a thing, will we get a mod library? Nikki, any changes or future plans? I know that's not a TU11 thing, but...
As of now, not really, no.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that the whole mod inventory and management is not what we want it to be. There's actually a feature in there that might have snuck a little bit under the radar, but you do have attribute filtering now in the mod inventory, so that definitely helps. But we know there's a lot to do in terms of the naming of items, the sorting of items, that kind of stuff, figuring out what are my best roles for each attribute. So that is stuff that is all on our radar and wish list. There's only so much we can do for TU11. So we'll have to see how much of that still makes it into what that build will be.
Cool. All right. Do keep the questions coming in. You guys have been awesome today at giving us great questions. I do want to go over to some agent highlights because we like to celebrate the awesome stuff that the community are doing. This cosplay, I did figure it out. It is Swaffster. I'm fluent in elite speak, just so you know. Awesome mask. sick cosplay. So awesome work. Please do keep those cosplays coming because that's fantastic. That one's from Reddit as well. This next one is mad skill. I'm a huge fan of the art. I'm also a huge fan of what I think is a pitch to the game design team. Can we please have horse mounts? Nikki, please, with your authority, confirm horses coming to...
I think if I confirm that, the animation team is going to kill me.
Yeah, I think so too. But that is sick. Very cool. So Pami Aini over on Twitter, crazy skill. Very, very impressed. I think that would make a really cool wallpaper. So maybe I will just put that on a white background and make that my wallpaper. That's really nice. Yeah, Dav's BR says just do it, Nikki.
Yeah, even Yannick said that. So, I mean, if Yannick says it, who am I to say no?
You heard it here first. Is Paul Tassi in chat? If you could just write an article about how the associate creative director confirmed that horses are coming to the division, that'd be fantastic.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Paul. I appreciate everything you do. All right. Did you guys see any questions that you want to address? We are currently over our usual scheduled time, but that's never stopped us before.
Yeah, just one clarification on the rainbow loot. That change is only effective for new items that drop. We're not gonna touch your gear and what you've put together and the recals that you did. So that all remains intact, but it's just for future loot that you collect that applies.
Yeah, and the agnostic mod slots are retroactive across every loot that exists in the game.
Yeah, because they don't really, they only change your gear in a beneficial way, and we actually refund you the recalibration. So that is retroactive. Yeah.
All right, I see Destin's in here. He says he's going to try and get it up on IGN. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Yannick, what have you done? Big trouble coming Yannick's way. It's not my fault at all. I didn't manufacture this in any way. Okay, thank you.
I saw a couple of questions real quick. So somebody was asking about the PTS, when it's coming out. We can't really say the exact date today, but next week you will have that information. On next week's State of Game, we will let you know what date you can actually play and participate in the PTS. And the same thing goes for any information on the new PvE game mode. So if you're looking to see exactly what it is or anything else you might wonder about it, next week is the time for that. So that's a bit of a non-answer, but at least you get an idea of when that information will be available. So make sure to tune in next week.
Very soon. And a couple of weeks ago, Yannick did spoil that the PvE game mode will be on the PTS. That was totally all him. Great. So there's a lot to look forward to. We did say, so these past few weeks, we've got a lot of new stuff coming into TU11. We talked about the transmog appearance mods coming in that update. We talked about those last week. Today we talked about Rainbow Loot and the Agnostic mod slots, and obviously there's a bunch of changes we haven't even gone into details on. These are just the new things. And then next week we're talking about that new PvE game mode. So that's going to be a juicy one. Calling Yannick out cold. See, it's fine. We can talk about Yannick when he's not here. He's not going to find out. I'm pretty sure.
Totally not.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to State of the Game today. Thanks, Yannick. Not Yannick. Yannicki. Thanks,
Yannick
Nikki.
is with us in spirit and chat.
Thanks, Nikki and Johan, for joining today.
Yeah,
it was
my pleasure.
Fantastic. And we will be back next week. Johan, do you know who's on next week?
I don't know just yet, but I'm fairly sure that Mackenzie will be on, that some of you may be familiar with. So it's going to be chatting about some of the work that they've done, for sure.
All right, cool. We will see you all again soon. We do have some Division 2 photos like we end every stream with. Just want to highlight, you will see a lot of repeated names because we do have a very dedicated photo taking community, but anyone can get involved. You can use hashtag the Division 2 photos on Twitter, and we will grab those and show them off at the end of our show like we're just about to do. All right, thank you, everyone. Bookmark next week for the new PvE game mode. That's going to be the first information that goes out, so you're not going to want to miss it. All right. I think I am ready to end this. All right. Catch you later, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Wow. That wasn't it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. We'll do a recap now of just kind of like what was kind of said and what they're gonna do. I think let's start with the positive. The positive that I see from that is that the mods changing how they're changing is going to be really good, because if you've got like you want to do an armor crit build or something like that, or some on them lines, you can stick those on there. So you can stick whatever mod you want on any piece of item. But that then is just Division 1 again, right? It's the same as Division 1. It's just an open mod slot. So it's like, why did it change from Division 1 to Division 2 to change back? But I do think that's a positive. I do think it's a positive. Another positive, Bruce is working hard, right? Bruce is working hard. Let's give it to him. He is one of the ones that I actually like. I kind of like Bruce because he does work. He does listen and work hard. And every time I tweet him and stuff, he tweets me straight back. So he's a good guy. So with the rainbow loot, I don't understand. He kind of yabbled on, right? This is like a good technique from people that don't really know what to say. They just yabble on like blah 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 blah, and they go off on different things. Basically, the be all and end all of what he said is that they never changed the loot quality or generosity between TUs. So they're saying after TU 10.1, they never changed the loot again down. Like, when clearly they did. It's not RNG. It's not RNG that all of a sudden everybody is getting rainbow loot. That's not RNG. That is something's changed in the game. So they can't say that's RNG, because otherwise everybody wouldn't be getting it. The whole community gets it. There's not one person that's not getting more rainbow loot. So obviously something happened in the background. They're not going to admit to that, but I don't know. I don't believe them when they say that is just RNG, because it's not pure RNG. They showed us a graph like a couple of months ago saying that they was changing percentages and stuff like that. So it's not RNG. So I don't know why they've come out and lied again about RNG. But anyway, so basically they're changing it now to the core stat will be the same as the attribute. So if the core stat is red, so the main stat is red, the next one down, so the attribute, the top one, will be red. And it will have, it's 100% going to be the same color. So it'll always be the same color as the main stat. But it'll have a 25% chance of dropping each different one. So headshot damage, crit chance, and weapon handling, it'll have a 25% chance of dropping one of those items. Now, how if that's going to be God roll or not, I don't know. He didn't put the percentages of that. But at least you're going to get red main stat with red core, or blue and blue, or yellow and yellow. So that, I think that's okay. I think that's not bad. That's a good idea. But it just depends then, like, if that red stat is then going to be like a minute crap stat, like a 5%, you know, because the top one's God roll, say, for example, we're still going to have the issue of having unusable loot, but we won't have the rainbow issue. So that is gonna basically take away the rainbow loot issue in one hit. So that is gonna take rainbow loot away, but it's not. It's then just a case of you getting better rolled gear. So that they are solving rainbow loot. So as much as he's talking crap about RNG and stuff, they're actually taking away rainbow loot, because you can't. It's impossible for you to get rainbow loot now, right? In TU11, you will not get any rainbow loot, because the one main stat and the second attribute, or the first attribute, will always be the same color. So you can't get 3 different colors. You can only have 2 different colors. Like the third stat could be a yellow or a blue on a red build, and then you can switch it out. So that I think's okay, but not a good idea for gear sets. Well, gear sets you only change one anyway, so you can just change it. You just have to change it to what you want it to. Gear sets for me are not an issue with rolls, you know, because to be fair, you know, you can go and just re-roll it quickly. You can go and recal it like straight away. I've not had a piece of gear set build or gear set gear that I have had to go and farm. You just quickly roll it. As long as the first stat's good, you're laughing. You know, you're good. So because I don't agree, my opinions are toxic. Oh, Antoine, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Let's have a look. Trying to save this game. Old content creators. There's more content creators covering this game than you think, Antoine. It's up to, people make their own decisions whether they play it or don't go and play it. There's plenty of other games out there for people. There is, I choose to cover this game. A lot of other people choose to cover the game. That's up to them, The same complaints have come since Division 1. Yes, they have. The game's a mess. Yes, it is. Why do we still play the game? Let me tell you why I still play the game. You find me another game in every platform. Find me a game that is the same or similar to the Division. And if you try and put any game in that chat, it's wrong, because there is not a game, nothing like the Division. Okay? That's why people play this game, because there's no competition. If it was Call of Duty, for example, right? And Call of Duty was pissing everyone off and nobody wanted to play it. Everyone's leaving. People were saying just leave. You could go to Battlefield, right? And go and play that. What do you go to from the Division at the moment now? And what game? Yeah, I mean, Beastie, you just took it out of my mouth. What game is not a mess right now? Destiny, mess. Yes, Destiny have got the big, massive, they've got the huge roadmap, and they've got the amazing stuff coming in Destiny. They're changing the whole game, which is down to a good developer team. Like, who just said it here? Bad Luck Tom just said it. Unique game concept, bad developers. That's the issue. So the issue is not actually the game, it's the people behind the game. Because there's Destiny 2 is broken. It's broke. There's bugs, there's glitches, there's everything. Every week there's a new glitch, right? PvP in Destiny 2 is terrible. Anthem, look at that. That didn't even take off, and now they're flipping it around because the developers of Anthem are coming in, and then they're like, right, we need to make this game better now because it failed when it released, right? The problem is the Division developers are not seeing this. They're not seeing this as a failure when they should be seeing it as, we have failed. What can we do to make it better? And they need to understand, yes, the game's unique, but you need to improve on you need to improve the game. If that means you stripping the game down, going back to bare basics, and then rebuilding it back up, you should do that, just like Anthem have. The issue is with Massive and Ubisoft, they've had the money now. They don't care about it. I'm not going to go on a rant about it because it just is the way it is. I'm still going to play the game. And like I've said to many people before, I will stand there and I will tell you the game is broke. The game is trash. But will I play it? Yes, because there's not a game like it. I have a big community who enjoy the game or don't enjoy the game. But I'll still cover the game. And that reason again as well, if they brought out Division 3, would I buy it? Yes, I would. And be honest, right, let's do a thing now. If they brought out Division 3, who would buy it in chat? Put 1 for yes, 2 for no. And be honest with it. I'm going to be honest. I would buy Division 3. Yes, I would. Purely for the fact of the concept of the game. So let's see now in the chat who would buy it and who wouldn't buy it. So 1 for buying it, 2 for not buying it. Let's see how many we get. Slavo, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing? Let's hit that like button as well, guys. Make sure you smack that like button when you put your vote in. It's been many creators that have voiced their opinion and just got fed up. Well, the thing is, creators voice their opinion, get fed up, right? But then they don't, what they do, they go to a different game like Rogue Company for like 2 weeks, and then they're back. Then they're back, This is the thing, content creators will always come back to where they started or where they have their community, yeah? Especially the ones that are big enough to be doing it full time. So, you have to. So look at all these ones. And there are some twos there. Don't get me wrong, there's some twos there. And I understand that not everybody will buy it. But I would say, out of looking at just that there, that more people will buy it than wouldn't buy it. So that goes to prove my point. Just because it's a broken game, there's not another game like it. So basically, we're stuck. We're stuck. They have us exactly where they want us, and that's what's happening. Make sure you hit the like button when you do your vote as well, just to make sure we get over 100 likes. Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, Division. It is Royal, and you know, and you just can't let it go. And you find yourself going back to it. Yesterday, for example, I streamed on Twitch. I played Division for about an hour. I was very bored. So I thought, right, I'll put on Fall Guys. I went on Fall Guys, played one game. I was like, nah, I don't want to play this. I flipped over then to Rogue Company. And I was like, right, we played 2 games of Rogue Company, and it was terrible. So and then it ended up flicking off that, going back to the Division. It's because where you're comfortable. It's where you're comfortable. We know how it works. It can be enjoyable. If you get a good enough team or good enough people on the Division, you can have a great laugh. Even go back to Division 1. How content creators can cover this game when there's not much content. Well, this is the thing, like, there's not much content now. You're right, Bad Luck. You are right, Bad Luck Tom. 100% right. My channel is not going to take off and get to millions of subscribers covering this game. It's not. But tell me what other game to go and cover. Like, as a content creator, this is like a little lesson for you guys. As a content creator, you've got to get into a game early, okay, for one. If you miss that ship when it sails, you are not on the ship. You're not going to go and grow like a massive thing unless you do something within the game, or you're a part of that game, or you're very, very good at it. Like, you've got to be top notch, like Shroud. Like, he can go to any game and be top notch at it because he knows he's great at that kind of game that he plays. If you're not that 1%, you've got to try and slot in somewhere. And it's hard to slot into a community that already follows the big guy or already follows the top 1%. That's the issue. So what you've got to do is, like me, is wait for these games to come out. So we've got some good games coming out, like Outriders, Cyberpunk, Watchdog Legions. So I'm going to be getting all of those games from day one, or betas and stuff like that, and literally following that through. This is how you do it. So I will be expanding the channel. I'm not going to leave Division 2. I'm not going to stop covering Division 2. And Division 3 comes out, I'll cover that. However, I will expand off. It's not about getting up, walking off from the game, and trying to start over, because you might as well just delete your content creating channel. You might as well delete your YouTube channel and simply just go and start a fresh YouTube. That's what you might as well do. That's why content creators always come back. Geo, Watchdogs, baby. Yeah, Watchdog is going to be amazing. Outriders, yes, PvE only. However, there's nothing saying they're not going to add PvP into it, right? That they might add it in. And to be fair, there's not really a good... If I want a PvP, I'll go and play Call of Duty or something on them lines. I'm not really that struck on it, you know? So, yeah. So there's some great games coming, man. So we're going to just cover a lot of stuff. We're really going to get it going. Who's having... Yeah. And, of course, there's a new gear set coming. Or new gear coming to TU11 as well. So let's talk about TU11. So TU11, there's new gear coming. I do have some inside information on the gear, which I might put on a video, but I don't know yet. But basically, yeah, so they are bringing new gear in with some different gear sets. Brand sets, should I say. So we're going to have a look at that maybe for a future video. Yogi, how's it going, man? Sorry, mate, I'm missing your thing. Didn't like Watch Dogs, couldn't get into it. I didn't like the first Watch Dogs, but apparently number 2 was good. I don't know if number 2 was good or not. I didn't play it. I played the first one, it was terrible. Number 2 was meant to be really good, but this third one, Watch Dogs Legion actually looks crazy. It looks good. So I'm hoping that it is. Cyberpunk looks amazing. And they've put the game back as well. They keep putting it back to make sure, that it's actually right when they release it. So hopefully that's good. They don't like you to ban you. Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, that's what we just got to be careful on what we know. I just kind of know what, at the moment, I just know what attributes and what talents are going to be linked to them. So, but some of them are a bit questionable. So I don't think they've been confirmed yet, because they're still discussing it right now. So I know that. Number 2 wasn't bad. Yeah, number 2 of Watch Dogs. I never did that. They should lock the gear piece behind content and not leave it in the open world. See, I said is the thing going to be locked behind Skyscraper? And there are, because they just said a new exotic weapon or a new exotic piece is going to be locked behind some of the new game mode, which is Skyscraper. So there'll be like a blueprint kind of thing, like the Regulus kind of thing, to do with the Skyscraper to be able to get the new exotic piece of gear or weapon or whatever it's going to be. So which is cool, but I just hope that people can do that solo as well. I hope that it's not all team based to be able to get that, but I don't know. EK, are you in favor of a PvE Dark Zone? No. I'll be honest with you guys, no. Why do you need a PvE Dark Zone? The Dark Zone's PvP. That's like saying, right, are you in favor of a PvP Light Zone? So when you're doing your mission, can I come into your mission randomly and kill you in your mission? No. So why do you need a PvE Dark Zone? The PvE side of the game is fine. Yeah, the loot's crap and there's a few little bugs and stuff. But the gameplay wise, the PvE is probably, out of Division 1 and Division 2, PvE in Division 2 is a lot better than PvE in Division 1. If I could change anything, I'd put some of the incursions into Division 2. That would be good. But the PvE Dark Zone? No. Like, Dark Zone's always been a PvP place. Why do you need that? If anything, they should expand the Dark Zone PvP and give us more PvP stuff, Like, I don't get it. No PvP. Yeah, exactly. I just don't get the people that are saying they want... everyone has their opinion. I'm just telling you honestly. I'm always honest with you guys, right? If you want a PvE Dark Zone, why? What do you want to do in the Dark Zone? Like, what? Yeah, the open world is your PvE Dark Zone. That's your whole world. PvP players can't go into that and kill you. You're safe. Just play that. There's nothing locked in the Dark Zone that you need from the Dark Zone. Now, I probably would agree if there was exotics exclusive to Dark Zone. I might agree with you that there needs to be something that you can do to get it without actually taking part in PvP. But generally, I don't think there's a need for PvE Dark Zone. No, I think that's in all due respect, I think it's a stupid request. Like, I think it's very silly. But that's my personal opinion, and I'm always honest with you guys, and you know that. But Shadow Gaming coming at the wrong time there, mate. You don't recommend PvE Dark Zone, but can they at least improve stats on DZ exclusive name? I think there should be more exclusive items within the DZ. I honestly do think that. I think that I did a video on what I would put in the DZ, and I would have the DZ where you can have yourself as like PvP or not. So when you enter the Dark Zone, maybe you can flick a button and it will turn you into like a non-PvP player within the Dark Zone. Meaning you can't shoot a PvP player. A PvP player can't go rogue on you. Maybe that'd be an option, but I just don't feel like there's a need for that, really. PvP is terrible anyway in the game right now, and there's not really much they're going to do with it, I don't think. They are working on it, apparently, but it's not great. You want to find your Pestilence and not get shotgun for a building? Yeah, man. Yeah, there's no lock gear for the DZ. No, there's not. It's all in the vendors now. The lock gear that was in the DZ, like the Hollow Man mask and stuff, is all in the vendors now. You can go and buy them in the vendors. You don't even have to enter the DZ. And the DZ loot is terrible. Let's get it right. DZ loot's terrible. It's probably the worst loot it's ever been in the DZ. It used to be very good, and people used to farm the DZ, but it's not worth it now. It's honestly got so bad. It's almost like being on hard level in the DZ, and you're getting just that kind of loot. Don't go in the DZ if you're afraid to get shot. I went in the DZ the other day, and we got that hacker. I put the video out, and there's a lot of hackers and stuff on PC, and it's not very enjoyable. And there's a lot of cheesy builds in there, There's a lot of cheesy builds. Like what happened with Warhammer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true, mate. True, Davo. PvE Dark Zone because all the all the good gear is in it. No, there's nothing locked in it, Yogi. There's no gear locked in the Dark Zone. Okay. Oh, yeah, you do to get credits, actually. Yeah, okay. You do need credits. Okay, well, I'm sure you can go and farm the DZ. You don't need a whole PvE. Sorry, yeah, you do need credits. But saying that, do you need the whole DZ PvE? I've farmed the DZ and not had any fights before. I just walk around farming. It's not too bad. Maybe they could do something with the DZ credits. Maybe they could do it where you don't have to extract the credits, where you just get credits for doing stuff. I don't know. But I'm still sticking with you don't need PvE. And it's not really locked. It's not really that locked behind it. But yeah, okay, the credits, good point. I forgot all about the credits, to be fair. But no, the Chief, there's not actually loot locked inside the DZ. You just need the credits to buy it from outside the DZ. But there's nothing actually locked within it. Not anymore anyway. There used to be. There used to be the was it the knee pads? The ninja knee pads was locked in there, wasn't they? And there's some other stuff as well. I can't remember what it was. But I don't know. So you have a 10k DC resources in stash. Wow. Yeah, no longer is worth the risk. Yeah, that's right. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. If they made the gear in the PvP in DZ better, then people would go into it more. I'd like to see some more PvP game modes, as well as like a new game modes, as well as the new thing, you know, as new what do you call it? As well as new DZ, have new PvP game modes like they did like with Division 1, where they had Last Stand and stuff like that. Like, that's cool, you know. They should have that. Like, they literally should have that. Thank you for the £10 donation, Gio. 2 questions. 1, I want that Ubiban shirt. Do you ship to the colonies? Yes, we do. 2, carry me and Watch Dogs Legions and Outriders. 100%. No problem, man. I got you, bro. Yeah, we do ship. The Ubiban shirt ships all over the world. They're worldwide. I can give you the link. I'll send you the link if you want it. So, what I do need to do is copy the alert box, because your alert didn't come up when I'm talking here, did it? Let me paste it. There we go. There we go. Now your alert should come up, guys. Sorry, I didn't have the alert box on. So let me just transition that. You like the domination mode in Division 1? Yeah, that's cool. Ninja Bike is halfway impossible to find sometimes. I've dropped quite a few of them. Where did I drop it? I want to say Jefferson or something. I dropped loads of them there. I've dropped quite a lot of them. Holster and knee pads. Now they're not locked. They're not locked in the DZ. They're in the open pool. People don't want a 4v4 mode. Yeah. Last Stand. Yeah, a Last Stand mode would be good for sure. The knee pads are not locked in the DZ. I've dropped them outside the DZ. They changed it all, didn't they? They changed all the locked gear. That it's not locked anymore. They said that they put everything in the like open loot. Like the Lady Death now from New York, you can get that anywhere. Like, it doesn't have to be from their name bosses. You can get it anywhere. So the loot from the road cache is better than the DZ loot. Yeah, from the caches is better, honestly. But it's crappy. Are we happy after the state of the game? I'm middle. I'm medium. I'm in the middle with it. I like that they're getting rid of the rainbow loot, because that is literally going to get rid of rainbow loot. I love what they're doing with the mods. Their explanation's a bit shitty about RNG, which is a bit of a lie. But that, as far as I'm concerned, like, that's fine. Let's just see with TU11 what actually happens. I think what they say and what they do are 2 different things. We all know that. You know, they've been known to lie, or been known to promise the world and deliver nothing. So I think it's just a case of, let's just see. Let's just kind of wait and see what they're doing with everything, like how it's going to pan out. And that's the only, you know, I don't know. It's the only kind of, you know, thing we can do right now. There's nothing else we can do. Yeah. Who the hell is in charge of the dev team? I think it's Yannick, isn't he? Yannick's the boss. I imagine. I don't know. I don't know the pecking order. I don't know the pecking order, man. But yeah, I have no idea. Guys, don't forget, hit the like button. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. We've only got 81 likes. We need at least 100. There's 253 people in here. So we should really hit the like button. Everyone should hit that like button. Everyone should hit it, baby. Bill, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate you, brother. Also, guys, we have a giveaway going on, and there's only a few hours left. So let me get this going, because I'm going to announce it on stream tomorrow. I'm going to do just a quick stream tomorrow on here, just to announce the winner, to draw the winner, so you guys can see me drawing it. It's this one here. So let me switch over this one. So it's this. This is it here. To enter, you've got 6 hours left. You win a Geotech premium wireless controller, which is a Minecraft edition. Switch controllers, Minecraft. Headset, which is a Minecraft one, and also a Nintendo Switch Lite starter pack. So if you want to enter this, I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys now. Let me just take that off. Let me just put that over there. There's loads of ways for you to enter. Just go to this link and enter that competition. Like I said, you've got 6 hours. Literally 6 hours. That's all you've got. 100 likes, half can of Coke giveaway. I've got like a quarter can of Vimto, if that's any good for you. I could give that away. Yeah, I believe maybe 200 likes, a full can of Coke. We could probably stretch to, I don't know, maybe a full can of Vimto. We can do a Vimto. Coke's too expensive for me to give away. But this is the giveaway, guys. Make sure you hit that. You make sure you go and do the giveaway. You thought you already won it, Ratchet. Ratchet, you won my heart, my brother. You won my heart. That's what you won. Got 95 entries there. Nice. So we've had, what, 18,610. And we've got 6 hours left. So we can do that. Make sure you enter. Just go enter it. It doesn't cost you anything to enter, of course. Also, we have Patreon as well. So if you want to join Patreon, just put... let me know in the chat and I'll put the link for Patreon in there for you. In fact, I'll just put it in for you, actually. If you want to become a patron, you get rewarded for supporting the channel. That's a way of me giving back to you guys for supporting the channel. So you get like rewards coming back to you guys. That's the Patreon link right there. And let's see if we can get some new members. If you want to become a member, hit the join button below. That helps support out the channel so much. Like, it helps so much. And of course, keep hitting that like button. We've only just got over 100. We can at least have 200, right? We've at least got 200 likes in us, I think. Before I leave the stream, we got like 200 likes. And again, another bit of news. Basically, I'm going to set aside some time to do some Division live streams on YouTube, because I've been doing them all on Twitch. And after like putting a little survey out yesterday, I've figured out that you guys want me to do it on YouTube as well. So at the moment, my YouTube schedule is only on a Wednesday for State of the Game, but on Twitch I do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So I might also do a Saturday or a Friday stream on YouTube as well. So that's probably gonna take effect not this week but next week. But I'll let you all know on my Twitter. So go and follow me on Twitter as well. I think, guys, that's going to be the end of the stream, I reckon. What do you reckon? What do you guys think? End the stream there on a happy note. But yeah, honestly, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you are new. We will be here next week on YouTube as well, especially for the State of the Game next week, because it's going to be a big one where we find out about Skyscraper and all the TU11 stuff. So yeah, hello, my friend. You are trending #1 in Uganda. Mufasi Abada. Hello to your wife, man. How's it going? Dimitri, how's it going? He muted me. Who muted you? Who muted you? That stream begins now. You guys, man. Stream does not end now. Did you get the chair? No, I didn't. I still haven't got it yet. I still haven't bought the chair yet. Wow, you guys don't want me to leave, right? You can connect YouTube with Twitch. No, so you can't stream to both because it will... yeah, you can't stream to both because I'll get banned. Twitch don't allow you to multi-stream. If you get caught doing that, you get banned. So yeah, we're not doing that. What am I doing after the stream? I am going to go and spend some time with Mrs. EK. We're going to order some takeaway food. So we're going to have a Chinese takeaway. We're going to basically just... I think we're just going to get into bed, put some films on, and just relax. I'm literally not going to... I'm not going to do anything for the rest of the evening. We're just going to have a couple's night. So it's going to be quite cool. Do not connect YouTube to it. No, I won't. You are popular in Uganda, really? Okay. That's good to know. Well, welcome anyone that's from Uganda. EK, acknowledge the all cap message, please. You have to type it again. You'll have to type it again. Can you spend some time with Mrs. EK? For showing my goat collection. Yes. Anyone's got camels, goats, I'm open for negotiations. You have the same plan for tonight, Slavo. Takeaway. Nice, man. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do, baby. Take care, Davo, mate. I appreciate you coming in, man. Take care, Jasius. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. I'll be in touch with you, Jasius, and we'll get a game soon. Been super busy at the moment. Yeah, before you leave, guys, make sure you just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you all next Wednesday. Or if you come and watch me on Twitch, come and watch me on Twitch on these days. Let me just quickly put it back up for you guys. So any of these days on Twitch, just put EK1 Gaming in on Twitch. Go and follow me over there. And then we can basically chat on Twitch when I'm streaming, etc. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Let's go!